What's up, guys? Looney here, and we're back for another episode of the Angle Chaser's Guide on how to drift. I don't really know if I should do it that way. Is it just Angle Chaser's Guide, or is it Angle Chaser's Guide how to drift? I don't really know. Tell me in the comments. Anyway, this episode I'm using the BMW E36. I hope I didn't get that wrong. And I'm basically going to be showing you how to transition. And transitioning is another really easy thing. Once you get it down, it's really going to help you in the long run because there's many different ways you could do it. There will be another episode on the different types of transition, snappy versus slow, and actually I think that's only different types really. There'll also be a video on different types of entries and so much stuff, and it's just going to be great. Everyone's going to love it, I hope. So, we're on the same corner, same track. We're going to incorporate the power over let's do it this way. I'm going to be a teacher. The way we learned, let's incorporate the power over that we learned yesterday and put that into the transition after this corner. Hopefully my mic is not muted because that would be, yep, it's not muted. Okay, we're good. All right, so I'm going to go in car, and then, of course, after this, I'm going to bring it back and then slow it down. And again, I don't have a wheel view because I still couldn't find my camera. I looked everywhere. I have no idea where it is. And again, there's no telemetry because I couldn't find that either. I really tried. I looked for a couple hours. I tried. I'll see if I can get a webcam or something soon just so it'll help out. But all I did, let me go ahead and walk you through the hand movements before I play this. All I did was on the transition, I would let go of the wheel, get off the gas. You'll be able to hear me get off the gas. Let the car start the transition. Let the body let's see that you'll be able to see the body roll a little bit, sway, and then I get back in the gas. I grab the wheel and I help the car countersteer a little bit. The wheel's going to do most of the countersteer for itself, but I helped it a little bit because I was still tuning this car and it's got some kinks. So let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and let this play through, and you guys will see what it's really supposed to look like, or how it's supposed to look like. I don't know how to fucking say it. It's just going to look like this if it's right. Right, looked really simple, right? Well, let's back it up, let's slow it down, and let's see exactly what I did from start to finish. And you'll also be able to hear it, I hope. Alright, so this part right here is just the power over. I turn in, I power over, I initiate the drift is now going. Now, the transition is going to start here. As you can see, the front end starts to turn back around and go the other way. Now, listen carefully to the throttle control. I'll back it up a little bit. Listen carefully to the throttle control, and remember, all I did was just let go of the wheel, let it spin itself, and then grab it. That's all the hand movements I did. So, just listen for the throttle control. Did you hear that? Did you hear when I got off the gas and then got back on? Because that's the main thing you want to put down when you in transitions. You want to know when to get on the gas and when to get off, and it has to be dead on. Otherwise, there can be some mistakes, and the mistakes are going to be coming up a little bit later on. So, well, probably about a minute or so. Well, let me put it this way: whenever I get done doing this. So, once again, just let it play through. As you guys heard, there was a little bit of break in there, but that's just because I was going really fast into the transition. So last time, let's let it play through full speed, listen for the throttle control. I already told you the hand movements, and here it is, the last time. Okay, I lied, it's not the last time. We'll do a third person. We'll just do a third person just because I can. Okay, I'm sorry. I lied. And we'll start from the beginning because I like the way the car looks. Alright. Last time, promise. I pinky promise. I'm not a very good promiser. But I promise. Right. Now, of course, with anything, like I said last episode, you can make mistakes. The two mistakes you can make is not enough gas and too much. Same things as last episode. So let's go and see how those can affect the transition. So now that we have driven back here to the start, let's see how giving it too much gas can really fuck up your transition. And remember, nothing changed from the last run. Everything you saw in car is the same, mostly, of course, with each run there's going to be some slight different, corrections and things like that. But it's the same thing. The only thing I did in this was just give it more gas to show you what can happen if you give it too much. So, now I'm going to let it play. As you guys saw, it just put me around instantly, and there was nothing I could do to bring it back. Now listen to the throttle control. This is what you don't want to hear. Now listen to how I'm on the throttle as the transition starts. I'm floored through the transition. You can do that sometimes, but you have to know the track, and you have to know what corners you can do it on. For instance, the corner right up ahead, after this corner and the transition up here on the straight, it's directly ahead. You can't miss it. And you can full throttle that transition if you don't have too much horsepower. If you have too much horsepower, you can't. This car, for instance, has too much horsepower, so I have to lift on that transition. But just a lot of times you will not be full throttle through transitions. It's a bad habit to get into unless you've got really low horsepower. Because if you got low horsepower, then you kind of have to do it, depending on the track. So one more time, I'm gonna let it play through. I'll even do the in-car, and you can see and hear what happens when you give it too much gas. Alright, so you saw what happens when you give it too much gas. Let's jump on to when you don't give it enough. So now that we've seen how too much gas can really mess up your transition, let's move on to how not giving enough can mess up your transition. Remember, everything's staying the same. The line's going to be a little bit different because no one's perfect, but everything's basically the same. Just the throttle control is different to demonstrate to you guys what happens when you do these certain things. So I'm going to let this play through, then we'll go back into, I'm going to just go play through into this camera angle, then go back to a third person camera angle, and then move on to the final thing. Right, so as you just saw, I straightened up really bad, I got really bad understeer, and it put me off into the grass. Now this can come back to bite you in the ass really hard if you don't get this down. Remember, timing is everything on transitions, and the timing of, well, you might say the timing of what? The timing of when you get on and off the gas. That is the main thing on transitions. When you get that mastered, you should be able to link any track and any corner. So, that's that. Now let's go back and view it in the third person camera angle because everyone loves the outside of my car. It's so pretty. And then we shall move on. So let's watch this. All bad. Understeer. Oopsie. That's bad. Okay. See, that's bad. See, that could put you into a wall or something, and then you have to go buy a new car, and it's all bad. You don't want that. It's bad. Okay? Alright. Now, back to seriousness. Let's move on to the last thing where I'm just going to show you how to do it correctly once more, and then that will be the end of the video, and you guys will have to stop listening to me because I'm a loser. Not really, but you get the idea. Okay, so let's move on. Alright, so we just saw how too much gas and not enough can screw up your transitions. Now let's see it done the right way. Fuck you, Facebook, for going off. And after we do that, it should be the end of the episode. And now remember, now remember, that makes so much sense. Now remember, I am incorporating the power over into this. I'm going to try and incorporate everything that, yes, I'm going to say it like this, everything that we learn into one big thing. And then it's going to move on to something else, and, it's just going to be trying to incorporate it to keep it flowing, per se. So, I'm going to let this play through. I'm not going to break it down, because I think I did that well enough in the beginning, and then I'm going to go into third person, let you see that. Now, be sure you listen to the throttle control, because that is the big thing on this. I already told you what to do with your hands, just grab, let go and grab, but don't do it that fast, because it'll fuck you up. But, let go and grab, that's all I did, that's all the hand movements that need to be done. except for the entry, and you get the idea. You're incorporating stuff. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna let this play through now and shut up because I'm annoying. Probably. I don't know. Yeah, I'm a noob scrub. I know. I spun out. I was tuning this car. I might have already said this. I was tuning this car as I was like making this, so it's not the best. But be sure you listen for that throttle control in the transition. Anywhere else doesn't matter, but at the start and at the finish of the transition is when the throttle control really matters. So let's play through, and that's probably gonna be in an episode. The end of the episode. I said that really fast and it probably didn't make any sense to some people. Whatever. Yes, so I know I'm bad, and I'm not gonna let this run finish out because I was still tuning this car, like I said, and the rest of the run was really bad, and I'm just not gonna show you it. But again, I hope this is helping you guys. Now remember, if you're an advanced drifter, if you know what you're doing, if you know how to transition and all that, you don't need to be watching this. This is for the people who are just starting out, like they don't know anything about what they're doing and they really need help. So that's what this is for. If you're an advanced drifter and you're wanting to learn some really advanced techniques, I would say wait about a week and a half to 2 weeks because that's probably when we're going to start getting into the really advanced stuff. Well, why am I saying that? Because they're probably not watching this if they're advanced drifters. That's derp. Um, think I said everything I need to say. If you enjoyed the video, please leave it a like, which will tell me what you thought, or a dislike, because I know I have dislike people out there. It hurts my feelings. And leave a comment telling me what you thought. If I left out anything, leave that in the comments. If you have a question, put that in the comments. I'll answer it as soon as I can. What else? Is there anything else? No, I think that's gonna be it. Oh yeah, subscribe if this series is helping you. If you like the series or whatever, be sure you subscribe because it'll be put in your feed or your box thing that's at the whole YouTube home screen every time a video is uploaded by me. So you'll be up to date on all my videos in this series. And that's gonna do it. So I want to thank you guys for watching and have a lovely day, you sexy beasts.